Revelation 3662. From the 20th of January 1946. Voice of the Father. Whoever recognizes the Father's voice is also a true child of the Father and thus a candidate for eternal beatitude. I always make myself known to my own, and anyone who proves his childship to me by making an effort to be what I am, love. I also so obviously approach him that he is able to recognize me, and if he hears my word, directly or through my messengers, he also recognizes my word as my gift. He recognizes me myself in the word and lets it speak to him. He opens his heart and feels the benefit of my working of love in him. He fully and completely gives himself to me and thus belongs to my own, whom the Father no longer relies on eternally because they have found their way back to him of their own free will. And by this you will always recognize my own, who carry the word out into the world, whether they accept my word, whether they recognize it as the Father's voice from eternity or reject it. Whether they regard my revelations as divine or as the work of men, for anyone who is not my child does not know how the Father's voice sounds either. He listens to the voice of the world, he listens to the voice of false prophets who indeed also speak my name but who are never bearers of light and strength from me, who can never be bearers and thus true spreaders of my word because they lack the love which also makes my voice recognizable to them. Pay attention to this when you convey my word to the world. Offer them my word with all love and then leave them full freedom to accept or reject it. For my word has to speak for itself, and anyone who does not recognize the Father's voice will not be able to be taught by human mouth either, although I myself speak through it. Give him knowledge of my word and then let him judge for himself. And if he rejects, don't urge him to accept my teaching, for the human being must find his way to me of his own free will. He must become lovingly active of his own free will in order to then be able to recognize me myself in the word. Only love makes my living creations my children who shall inherit my kingdom, whom the Father wants to introduce into his house in order to make them eternally happy. And anyone who does not have love can never be a candidate for this kingdom, for he cannot hear the Father's voice, he does not recognize the Father when he calls him, and thus he will also have no communion with the one who nevertheless is his Father from eternity, who is his creator and sustainer, but who will also forever court his creatures until they return to him of their own accord. Amen.